As I sit here drinking my elderberry lemon balm ashwagandha tea with honey, I'm doing some deep introspective work, which is something I normally do. I've mastered doing deep introspective work. So, the one thing that popped up in my mind when I'm doing my deep introspective work is how I had to reprogram no longer being a people pleaser and setting boundaries and saying no and not feeling guilty about it. And being the oldest of four and having to take on responsibility when I was younger created a people pleasing mentality in me that I had to do everything for everyone. And I grew up like that for a very long time. And that's where the coaching came and the speaking came in and the motivating came in, because I thought that that was a true purpose. I thought that that's exactly what I was supposed to do, that I was supposed to bring other people joy. I was supposed to light other people up. I was supposed to help people find out what their passion was, and that's what I was passionate about. And to be asked a question, what are you passionate about? What brings you joy? What lights you up? It's like foreign to me, because I've been such in a space of being a servant, having a servant's heart for a very long time, for the past 30 years, I want to say. And no one really sat me down to say, you really don't need to people please. You don't need anyone's validation. You don't need nobody's approval. You don't need anybody's acceptance. And for a long time, I was growing up thinking that, I had to have the love and acceptance and approval from family and friends and da 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 da. And it was very hard. And so when I made a choice to move from New York to Savannah, and I had no friends and family there was an opportunity for me to dig deep within myself. I'm a person who's very introspective. I want to know why I do the things that I do, what causes these things, what causes feelings in me, my thought process, so on and so forth. So moving to Savannah gave me the opportunity to do so. And it gave me the opportunity to solely depend on myself and to really, really think about my life. However, at the same time, I didn't realize that that pattern of people pleasing was still there. And so I took the habit with me to Savannah. I took the habit with me to different places where I went, because I thought that making an impact would bring me joy. Not that it doesn't. Helping people find their purpose and their passion was the purpose. Helping people find out what lights them up, I thought that that was the thing. And even though I love doing that work, something inside me still felt stuck, and I felt frustrated because I felt like I wasn't elevating the way that I'm supposed to elevate, and something in me felt like there was a void. And so I feel like I was very open to this Reiki session that I had last week, and it really gave me a lot of clarity of what brings me joy, what lights me up, and what I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about me. I'm passionate about being a storyteller, telling my story, because my story has a lot of depth to it. And within telling my story, it lights me up, because I'm able to say, like, I've been through a lot of shit, and I'm able to rise up from the ashes like a fucking phoenix. I'm able to still have unconditional love and love humanity. And I'm able to still love myself. I'm not a bitter person. I am not an angry person. I'm a very loving person. I'm a very happy person. I have my moments where I'm triggered. I have flashbacks and things like that of things that was done to me, but I don't allow it to define me. And I think that's the other thing about what I'm passionate about, not allowing things that happen to me to define who I am as a person. I'm still showing up for myself. Failure has never been an option. Giving up has never been an option. And those are the things that I'm passionate about. Those are the things that I talk about. Those are the things that light me up and bring me joy within myself and my being. And just connecting with me on a level that now I understand what it is to have passion and joy, and what lights me up when I'm talking about myself and my journey on these social media streets and these interweb streets. And it's not about serving and encouraging and motivating people, because it goes back to that saying about, you can't fill from an empty cup, right? So, and I heard this the other day watching Queer Eye. When you're so full, it'll pour into other people where you really don't have to do anything. You're just full within the self. And that should make sense to me, that being passionate about being full within myself, being passionate about sharing my story about the things I've been through, being passionate about how I want to show up for me now and me being my own client and asking myself the questions I asked them or had asked them in the past. And again, being able to realize I don't want to be a coach. I don't want to create programs. I don't want to do offers. I don't want to do none of that shit because it never felt right. It never aligned with me and it felt forced. This, on the other hand, just talking about me and my thought processes, who I am as a person, and the fact that I'm a student of Dillis, and I'm the fact that I'm a student of finding out other things that bring me joy and that what I'm passionate about makes more sense to me. And I feel in that way it'll reach as many people as it can reach. And I really don't have to coach. I really don't have to do those things. And being an Aquarius, I love people and sometimes I don't want to fucking people. And that's just the truth. I can create impact and motivate and inspire by simply being myself and simply telling my story. And that's just that. So having to set boundaries with myself to say, nope, you don't need to have these clients. You don't need to inspire and motivate and allow that to be the purpose. You can create impact by just talking about what it is that you feel, what you've been through, and so on and so forth. So that's the boundary that I created for myself in this process. And also, every time the people-pleasing habit comes up, pay attention to it and ask myself, why is this coming up? And then reprogram the mindset. So that's just something that popped up just now when I was drinking my tea. And I just thought I would share.